Hi, welcome to Burning Waters of the Moon Tarot. My name is Desiree, and this video is a tarot reading for the sign of Aries. I am using 3 decks here. I've got the Folklore Tarot, I've got the Phantom Tarot, and this is an Oracle deck called the Jade Oracle. And we're going to start off by doing a little bit of a smudging, and just so you know that the energies have been cleared from the decks. And so we'll start off with the Oracle deck. The biggest one, it's the closest one. This is an Aztec Oracle, Aztec Deities Oracle, and it's by Veronica Iglesias. And then this is the Phantom Tarot, and this is by Lamucci. I do have tarot flip-throughs of all of these decks, and they are listed in the description. So if you're interested in seeing all of these cards that are in this deck, check out those videos. This is the newest addition to my collection of tarot decks. It's called the Folklore Tarot by Rowan Ortons, and the majors and the court cards have the characters from folk tales and myths and stuff like and things like that. And it's partially a Marseille style deck. The numbered cards are they're just different pictures of, not even pictures, well, I guess they are pictures of flowers and leaves and things like that. So the coloring's really nice. I like the coloring of this deck and of the Phantom Tarot as well. So a little unorthodox. We've got some bright colors and some neon colors as well, but I paired these two together because I thought they would look nice together. All right, so Aries, if for any reason this tarot reading is not resonating with you, not to worry. You can check out my other videos and see if there's a title or a spread that calls to you. Sometimes the answers that we're looking for are not readily apparent, and sometimes we have to use our intuition to try to guide us to the answers. All right, that is my last shuffle, Aries, and we are going to draw your 3 cards. All right, Aries. So we've got the 9 of Wands. All right, then, and that's in reverse. And we also have the 6 of Cups in reverse as well. And then the Hierophant is in reverse. Okay, so very interesting, Aries, that we have a lot of these cards that are in reverse for you. The Hierophant is our major arcana, and he speaks to us of his our relationship with the divine. I'd like to show you this card. It is in reverse for you. I wonder if this is going to show up. It might be a little dark in here. Maybe we can use this camera. So you see here, there is a this is actually an Aztec deity. It's the Quetzalcoatl, is that feathered serpent, and then there is a person coming out of the serpent's mouth. And so Quetzalcoatl was part of the creation of this 5th world, and he actually used his blood to help create the human race. So that is the myth of Quetzalcoatl. And he, among other things, you know, he's a very important, very revered deity in the Aztecs, for the Aztecs. And so I do find it fitting that it is representative of the Hierophant, in that the Hierophant is our relation to the divine, to that great creator above. And however you want to relate to that is a personal choice. And you can do that through spell work. You can do that through communing with nature, prayer, meditation. And if you feel that you need to commune with the divine through another person, such as a pope, a priest, preacher, pastor, That is your way of communing with the divine, and taking the sacraments such as the blood and body of Christ. That is a way of communing as well. So however it is that you talk to, the relationship that you have with the divine is representative of this card. And with it being in reverse, and next to these two reverse cards, the Nine of Wands and the Six of Cups, I do feel like there is some kind of disconnect between you and the divine. And perhaps you are just feeling that maybe it is time for you to start doing that, or maybe you've been away from communing with the divine, and you kind of have this inkling, this thing within you that is telling you that it's time to get back into that practice. All right, I switched the view for you so you can see a little closer what is going on here. So here's the Hierophant, and here's the Six of Cups and the Nine of Wands here. So let us draw some cards from the Phantom so we can dive a little bit deeper into this message to figure out what is going on here. So Nine of Wands usually represents staying with a task or a situation, even though it is starting to become a heavy burden on you. It's not quite a burden, but you're kind of sticking with it and kind of just beginning to get tired. You've been working at it for a long time. And then the Six of Cups it talks about the past, those fond memories that we have. And so with both of these being in reverse, like I said, you probably fell away from the relationship with the divine for some reason. Usually when I get a Six of Cups in reverse, I feel like that's some kind of trauma that happened in the past. And so maybe there is something that happened in regards to the way that you worship with the divine, and perhaps it pushed you away from it. And so I think you might be being called to come back to that, to come back to being with the Creator. And let's see. All right, here we go. Nine of Wands in reverse. So we've got the King of Cups in reverse. Then we've got the Knight of Swords in reverse and the Hanged Man in reverse. Okay, so Hanged Man here is our major arcana, and he tells us to look at things in a different way. And so perhaps, so what I see here with these two court cards is there was something that pulled you away from your relationship with the divine. There was a situation in that you thought maybe you were doing the right thing, and it turned out that something happened, between two groups of people, and you just decided that you're just going to just to step away, that you kind of felt like perhaps maybe they had the wrong idea about what happened, and you just sort of gave up on the whole thing. And I feel that the way that you were looking at the situation was not in your best interest. It was more so it looks like you kind of threw your hands up of the whole thing because you just didn't want to be associated with that because of the pain and the memories and the feelings that are being brought up again just by communing with the divine. Let's go to the Six of Cups. So we've got the Nine of Wands upright, the King of Swords in reverse, and the Six of Cups upright. So again, we have the Nine of Wands here, and then we've got the Six of Cups here, except both of them are presenting right side up. So, but we do still have this King of Swords here, and he's in reverse, and he's Heir of Air, which leads me to think that you definitely had you're going about this situation in the wrong type of way. You're allowing the past to sort of drive the future. You're not really looking at the situation for what it truly is. You're just kind of stuck and hung up on these past happenings. And so let's see what the Hierophant in reverse says. Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands, and Six of Wands, all in reverse. So we've got a lot of fire energy in reverse here. And so a lot of not really doing too much. And so you stepping away from this, I think it looks like it was in your best interest. It was better for you to step away instead of keeping with this energy that was going on here. It seems like there was some kind of maybe a conflict or something, and an inability to meet of the minds, right? And so it caused you to step away from the situation. Like it was a group situation. Perhaps you had a group of people that you guys did a lot of things together. You guys connected on a spiritual level, and then there was a falling out. um so I'm not necessarily seeing that it's time for you to step back in. But whenever this card pops up, it even if it's upright or reversed, it's still a call to connect with the divine. You know, we always want to be connected with the divine. It sort of gives us comfort. It's like a guidepost, and it fills a void that's there if the divine isn't there to fill it. So so even though I'm not seeing that there is a call for you to go there, I think just with this popping up, I think it might be time for you to maybe start a practice of your own right now. Not necessarily go back to the group just yet. There's definitely some hurt feelings that need to be resolved and smoothed over if you go back to the group. But definitely start a practice of your own. You know, you can do whatever it is that you did with the group on your own. You can spell work, you can just pray and meditate, and even just waking up in the morning and expressing gratitude is enough. And that will kind of get you started. And once you start feeling those feels again, you'll be able to slowly ease your way into it, and then you'll be able to make the decision if you want to go back to that group. All right, so now we're going to draw an oracle card from the Jade Oracle. And let's see what extra wisdom can be imparted on us here. All right. You know, sometimes it's just hard to go back to groups or situations when we feel like we've been wronged. But sometimes there's a greater cause that needs to be looked at. And it's not just about the individuals who maybe can't come together and come to decisions. It's not just about that. It's about the entire energy and the things that you guys do together. And sometimes, you know, it's worth it not going back because it can be toxic. I mean, even though the idea of being spiritual is pure, you know, man has a tendency to just kind of corrupt that sometimes. And so you might be better off starting your own group. I know that's a daunting task, but sometimes it's there. If there's a need for it, you know, then it might not be a bad idea. So, all right, let's see what we have for you, Aries. Shui Coatl, Coatl, turquoise serpent. Okay, let me read from here. Actually, I'm going to pull from the Folklore Tarot and see what Rowan Ortons has to say about this Hierophant card really quickly. Okay. This card depicts the vision serpent, a creature that was revered by the Maya. Serpents are central to Mayan mythology as celestial beings that transport the sun and stars across the sky. Through bloodletting rituals, the vision serpent would appear and provide communication between Earth and the spirit of Xibalba. For that reason, the serpent is often depicted with the image of a god or an ancestor emerging from his mouth. This card shows us that there is wisdom in tradition and guidance to be found in communing with the spiritual. Okay, so that's a Mayan person. The Maya were close to the Aztec as well. I don't know if they had what kind of relationship they had. I know the Aztecs were a little scrappy, to say the least. So, okay, Shui Hui. Turquoise was a sacred stone prized for its beauty and power. Because of its blue hue, turquoise was associated with the heavens, rain, and fertility. This stone was part of ritual offerings to springs, especially when water was brought to villages and urban areas through aqueducts or channels. Also associated with time, wisdom, and sacred discourse, turquoise was representative of political power. Many of those nose ornaments worn by deities were fashioned from this stone. The stone was a precious commodity coming to central Mexico from the north, Zacatecas, San Luis Potosi, and as far away as Arizona, in the large packs of the Pochtecas, traveling merchants. When you draw turquoise, you are asked to keep in mind that wisdom is a gift from the heaven. Listen and honor the wisdom that comes to you, and it will lead you to your source of personal power. Shui Hui also reminds you to pay attention to your words, for they create your reality. And I think that is a good card for this, and I think that is a nice way to close out this reading, because it's reminding you that you do have the power, and even though the situation here has sort of pushed you away from your spirituality, your spiritual practice, you do have the power of perhaps maybe creating a new group and making it better, or even you do have the power to work with the divine. You don't need to be necessarily with the group or a group, and so maybe this is just going to give you the little extra push that you need. So I do feel like this reading was very specific. So like I said, if it's not resonating with you, try another one of my videos and hopefully that will give you some guidance. Okay, thank you so much for spending time here with me. I appreciate your time and I appreciate you listening to me and allowing me to read for you. Take care and I'll see you next reading. Bye.